When we lose our African connection, we lose our world connection. When we disconnect ourselves from Africa, we cease to be a world people. Without the African connection, we are a disjointed people, begging for the entry into somebody else's house.
All right, we're back with you inside of the Africa Forum at 8:42, and we're going to our next very special guest inside of the forum this morning. He's been standing by for a while, our brother Pierre Labossiere, co-founder of the Haiti Action Committee and the Haiti Emergency Relief Fund. He's been working with Haiti's grassroots movement that is engaged in the struggle for justice and democracy. HAC and HERF provide information regarding conditions on the ground in Haiti, assist refugees, and support community-based initiatives and institutions working for the liberation and the rebuilding of Haiti. My brother Pierre Labossiere, it is so good to see you.
A real pleasure. Thank you so much, my sister Kabu.
Yes, I'm hearing you now. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. I said thank you very much for the invitation. Always a pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you so much for coming on, Brother Pierre. We sent out an SOS for you, and Brother Akomutota found you. You were just about the people's business. But thank you so much for taking the time out. Pierre, as we said, a lot happening on the ground in Haiti. I mean, this is a continuing situation, an ongoing situation. We're not frightened by a lot of it when it's not necessarily shocking. It is how dare they even continue till now, and where is a change coming from? What about us in the Caribbean? How are we complicit in what's ongoing in Haiti? Last week, we started a conversation about the kill chain technology, AI technology, that I personally feel is being tested in Haiti, in Sudan, in Somalia, in Gaza, in other places of the world that we see war going on now, also in Iran. But can you bring us up to date with the current situation in Haiti, as only you can do for us, my brother?
Yes, my sister. I want to say before I start, I send a special salute to all the listeners of your show and viewers, along with particularly to my brother Akomutota, who found me.
Yes.
So, okay. Well, what's happening is usually when you read reports in the media, they always begin the story of Haiti with just the latest, or probably either the earthquake. Now they've moved it since the assassination of the former President Jovenel Moïse. However, the story goes, I'd like to pull it back a bit to the coup d'etat of 2004, when on Haiti's bicentennial, the year of the bicentennial of the Haitian Independence Day, the U.S., France, and Canada in the lead carried out a kidnapping coup d'etat against President Aristide, his wife.
My brother, I'm so sorry, Brother Pierre Labossiere. I'm good because I have a time signal. Let me just do this so that we don't have to break in for a little while. So stand by. Let me just do this.
Sure.
Get more miles with the Ruby's Ultratech. Fuel the difference for peak performance and maximum savings. Drive more and save more. The time by Ruby's Ultratech is
now 8:46, and you are rightly, my brother Pierre Labossiere, taking us back to that coup.
Yes. And so it was a kidnapping coup, and it's interesting to see how recently, since the same coup took place against President Maduro of Venezuela and his wife Celia Flores, how some in the media make it appear as it's the first time. You see, this is that kind of amnesia that doesn't explain the overall situation. But it happened in Haiti on February 29, 2004. And I want to say thank you to all those who stood with us in solidarity against that coup, particularly the CARICOM countries. Also, you had Cuba and Venezuela who stood firmly against it, and a large sector of the African organization, I believe, I want to say OAU, but I think it's now the African Union, they stood against it. but which was very commendable. So what that coup did, it resulted in the killing of over 10,000 of our brothers and sisters, causing untold disruption in the community. People's fields were burned down, their businesses were burned, people were exiled. And so we are talking 22 years ago. And in 2010, what we had is a terrible earthquake in which 310,000 people were killed. And since then, a series of devastating hurricanes and what have you. What I'm bringing out here is the reason, is the suffering that has been heaped on Haiti. Some of it is man-made, some of it is natural. We had in 2021, there was a massive earthquake that wreaked havoc on the south of Haiti, where I'm from, and that was another terrible one. And so there has been a lack of housing and a lack of real support by not only by the government of Haiti, but also by the occupying powers, because the UN has been in charge, occupying Haiti since the coup d'etat of 2004. And so 22 years later, instead of the country being rebuilt and moving forward, you see the country being regressed, being destroyed systematically. Now we are faced with a death squad, a paramilitary death squad that the press identified as gangs. But this death squad is actually, you have high members in high positions in the government who are part of it and supporting it. And this is according to records. It's not just me talking. The UN has called out these people, named them, put them under sanction, but the sanctions are not really meant to bite. It's good press to say they're under sanction, but the fact is that they recognize and have named some of these people, and the politicians, high-level government officials, have been providing weapons and money to these people, and are currently, and many of them have been warning them ahead of time when some of the good people in the police are trying to do an operation, they get pre-warned.
Yes.
And so they're able to escape. And who are the victims generally? It's members of the population.
And I want to underscore something here, because you talk about in the news, whether it's here or anywhere else in the Caribbean, we hear about gangs and how terrible these gangs are. You're saying these are paramilitary death squad, and
Correct.
They involve and are funded by others. And I want you to spend some time talking about that, because this information is known, isn't it?
It is known. It's been in several UN reports. The US government has actually banned some of those people, put them on a banned list, and named them former government officials, presidents. You're talking about, various people. And also, a key to this are members of the Haitian ruling elite or the oligarchy. A number of them have been named as well. But that's where it stands at that level. But the beat goes on, so to speak. They continue, many of those named continue to function in their businesses. It's as if nothing has ever happened. And those death squads are continuing to kill people. They are continuing their depredations on the population and creating conditions to make life so unlivable that people have to be paying extra money to them. They raise taxes on the population, and a number of the business elite, the oligarchy that has funded them, are now able to be in a position to make money of the misery of the people. For example, let me make it plain.
Yes.
If people want to travel, let's say from Lekai in the south or from Cape Haitian in the north, to go to Port-au-Prince, it's so expensive to travel because you have to pay. If you choose the road, if you go by road, you have to pay so many of the death squads, their tolls.
Wow.
You have to pay them. But to avoid all of this, you have to pay high prices to catch a plane from Cape Haitian to Port-au-Prince. And those planes are generally owned by members of the oligarchy. So there is plenty of money being made from the misery of the people, you see? And all of this has been part of an integrated system to really squeeze the population out of their meager.
And when you say integrated system, because we're last week we spoke about the drone attacks, for example, the killing of Haitian people under the guise of going after gangs, which are the paramilitary, who themselves are from my understanding of what you have said, are very likely connected to this very same operation. So what is the reasoning there? Help us to understand that.
Yeah, what's going on, and speaking to different people in different communities, you mentioned the drone. The drones made their first appearance just about a year ago, maybe shy of a year ago. And at the time, they were being touted by the government as an answer to the quote unquote, to the gang situation.
Yes.
You see, because the term gang really helps the oligarchy and the governments to say, oh, these are people acting on their own. And it confuses people outside of Haiti to think, well, these are outlaws and poor government is besieged, blah, 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 blah. However, when you look carefully into it, you see that these, as I mentioned earlier, this is part of an integrated whole. So what happened at the time, people wanted an end to this, continue to want an end to what is generally called insecurity in Haiti. And so people were very supportive of the government actions. But as things were developing, they began to realize, wait a minute, none of those well-known leading, the leaders of those death squads or gangs are being affected by any of this. It's only, and we would say foot soldiers, but later on it has emerged that even the foot soldiers are not being impacted on the whole generally. It's mostly people living in those communities or poor people in whose neighborhoods they are attacking and dropping these, and then there is a whole contingent in the press that is touting this as success. But when you speak to community residents, they tell you very quickly, no, this person just came back from a hospital, and I got some video footage of that they sent me. She was actually had just come back from the hospital, showed she had the medicine that she brought from the hospital, and here she was hit by a drone or hit by bullets from the police.
Wow.
There have been a number of statements by members of the public to show that people who they know, their neighbors, people who have had nothing to do with any kind of activity like that, have been murdered by police or by the police, and then claim to be gang members because it boosts up the numbers, you see, and it makes, we kill gang members and what have you. And having said that, I have to say that there are very honest policemen and women who are not part of this, who are fighting earnestly, but there is far too many in the police and at high levels who are involved in cahoots with those with those gangs.
I watched a U.S. congressional hearing on Haiti. I mean, it's very hypocritical, but you know, we got what we got from it, which was to say the question was raised as to who were the persons on the ground in Haiti carrying out these drone strikes and killing so many innocent Haitian women, children, and innocent people generally. And the answer turned out to be paramilitary corporations. And the new, what's Blackwater's new name? I keep Vector.
I think it's Vectors or something like that. I should know
and
it,
Eric
but my
Prince.
apologies.
Yes, and Eric
Prince,
Prince,
yes.
From Vector, something of the sort. So he, so that came up, and the conversation in the U.S. was, is this an American company? Is this company licensed by America? And the answer to that was yes, yes, yes. The U.S. Embassy has come out, I understand, in Haiti and said, oh, yes, we know about this. They are operating on the ground. But this is the same paramilitary corporation that operated in Sudan, in Congo. We're talking about Blood Diamonds, in Iraq, and so on, and with the kind of viciousness that you would not expect. So we have these foreign military operatives, mercenaries, if you will, now operating on the ground in Haiti. But to what extent, it seems as if they are embedded in government, so what's the government structure in Haiti? What are we to understand by what government is now?
Yes, what we have has been, since the coup d'etat of 2004, we've had governments that have been empowered, not reflecting the majority will for the most part. They've been imposed by the US, France, Canada, along with the core group, and supported by the UN occupation, basically imposed by the UN occupation. And so the tragedy of this, and I'm glad you mentioned Eric Prince. So what my point is, there has been no connection really to the masses of the people to do the people's will or to do things for the welfare of the population. We can see how many people are in the streets of Haiti, 1.4 million, and nothing has been built for them. And so the most outrageous thing about this guy, Eric Prince, Infectious, is that he has said that colonization is a good thing and it's needed. And I'm paraphrasing from what I've read in the press. Mm-hmm. And his worldview is that having to colonize again. So that's why Haitians are really outraged by the actions of the government. So it's a very lucrative contract that he has for a year. Mm-hmm. It's about 55 million, I believe, for the first year, maybe off 52 or 55 million
so this
for 1 year.
This is being paid by the Haitian people?
Paid by the Haitian people, by the Haitian government. And the structure of the government right now, we are the transition government. That was a presidential council of 9 members, and then you are the prime minister. But they ran out their term. The term ran out just on February 7th, and now it's a prime minister, and that's another interesting story. But in the interest of time, I won't go into it. But that prime minister, I don't believe he has the power to sign those kinds of contracts, according to the Constitution. But he's a darling of the US. The contracts have been signed. So one contract is 55 million for 1 year to Eric Prince for security. Wow. Second part of the contract again with Eric Prince is a 10-year contract. And we are talking multi-million dollar contracts for custom collection. Yeah. These are things that the government should do and not send it to some foreign entity to do. But
that tells us a lot about the government structure. Is that Vector Global, Eric Prince, former Blackwater, is part of government. This looks like the military arm of government, and the mercenaries under him looks like the military arm of government. And CARICOM has signed off on this.
They are supposedly contractors. In other words, they are. But Haitians are saying, look, what's going on here? Because we don't feel that we pay taxes to a government that's supposed to have these institutions. These are government institutions. So collecting customs, that's government should do that. And also, in addition to this, there is also a prison building project, but with a different group of firms, and that's $85.5 million. And again, when you look at it, according to various reports, there is the profits that could be made from that going to the billions of dollars. But all of this will not go to Haiti. They will be mostly going to these foreign companies. Wow. But who's footing the bill? The initial
and that's a
payment?
Question. Who's footing the bill?
The people of Haiti.
The people of Haiti.
The poor, the impoverished majority in Haiti, because the rich, the oligarchy, do not pay their taxes. And that was one of the reasons for the coup d'etat against President Aristide, because he said, we cannot be always making the poor, the working class, pay taxes, and then for the rich, who have untold millions, not to pay any taxes.
My brother, we're totally out of time. Let me just ask you one final question. What next? What can we do? How can we help through the organizations that you yourself run?
Yes, people can. We have our website, HaitiSolidarity.net. That's for the Haiti Action Committee. And for the Haiti Emergency Relief Fund, it's HaitiEmergencyRelief.org. And what we do, we're in touch with communities in Haiti. We try to support our sisters and brothers on the ground when their schools, they build community schools. The government is not helping. in any of the schools. I was watching a video this morning. It's disgusting. The schools that are the public schools, how they are neglected. And so people have taken it on their own to do that. Community clinics, various institutions. And then not to forget, there are many young women in the various communities. Gang rape is a major problem. It's a political weapon used by those death squads. And so many young women in several communities have formed organizations, many women, but particularly young people have formed organizations in order to come together, to heal themselves and to also help protect other women in the communities. We support also farming cooperatives to build local agricultural production so that our people can eat wholesome food.
So please go to Haiti Solidarity is it .org?
Net.
.net, sorry.
HaitiSolidarity.net.
And take it from there. Pierre Labossiere is on many times. He's an expert on Haiti in this space, one of our main experts. He knows what's happening on the ground, and he can guide you as to where to go, how to go, and what to do.
And on a hopeful note, we have also the UNIFA, which is the University of Dr. Aristide Foundation, and it has a teaching hospital. And it just graduated, I believe, I may be off on the numbers, about 600 students graduated on March 1st. So it really uplifted people.
That's a good note on which to end. Thank you so much, Pierre Labossiere, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my
sister. Talk to you soon, and good to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Pierre Labossiere there out of Haiti. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with much more inside of the Africa Forum. This is Running African.